Hello, this is Hard Chatter, and today, I want you to hear what Mase, the one with Diddy, the music mogul, whatever we calling him, he has his own little show. Let's hear what he has to say about the Super Bowl halftime show, okay? And I'm going to be doing commentary and talking in the middle of what he's saying because he sounds really slow.
The NFL is getting worse each year in their performance. That's for me as a performer. Thinking of a performance, if I had a budget to do a Super Bowl, you could do a greater show.
Okay, first of all, Mace, you're not talented. You don't make good music. You're old. You're washed out, and you could not do the Super Bowl right now. So next.
I just think of that, like you said, I had the privilege of seeing Purple Rain. I had the privilege of seeing Michael Jackson, and I'm just a person for excellence.
So what you're saying is all of the black performers that have done the Super Bowls in the past were good, and that Bad Bunny is not a good performer because he's not black. Okay, more clarity.
I think Chris Brown is way overdue. I don't know how everybody feel about.
Okay, so you feel like Chris Brown is way overdue, and we're talking about a young man who decided during an awards show while he was driving then Rihanna, he beat the hell out of her. In fact, he beat the hell out of her so bad she was unrecognizable. So you're saying that you would rather have a woman beater than an actual performer. Got you. Clarity.
Chris Brown personally, but Chris Brown is way overdue. So when I look at the Super Bowl, I think the person who should be performing is the person that nobody is better than. And I could think.
Okay, you know what? Let's stop the bullshit. You think that the best person to perform for the Super Bowl is an American. Actually, an African American is what you're saying. And racism on any level, I don't care who is shitting out the racism. Racism is bad, right?
Of several artists that could have done a better job. But shout out to Bad Bunny and the entire Latin community. I would give this a 4. I would give it a 4 in performance out of 1 to 10.
And let me tell you something. Never give good word to a person that you're insulting because it doesn't matter and it's bullshit. The shout out to Bad Bunny is bullshit. You gave it a 4 because you're a loser. Plus your show is a loser. And you, as a human being, you're just a shitty ass person. So what else you got to say with your shitty ass?
That's very interesting. Mike, you're saying something, Mike?
Well, yeah, that's very interesting, and I didn't know you were asking me to rank it 1 to 10. I thought you were asking me to rank it with the rest of those other performances.
Now he got his courage up. That's how it normally is. To me, it looks like.
You hear that bullshit lacking? That laughing in the background ain't shit funny about what he just said. Because what he just said was, unless you're black, you shouldn't be performing in the Super Bowl. Nothing about that is funny. Okay? Stop making dumbasses like this famous. Okay? Because let me tell you something, Mace. Okay? You used to perform back, with Diddy, and you just ducked and dodged until Diddy went to jail, and then you decided to bring a shitty show which nobody cares about and nobody really watches because you're a shitty person. Okay? That's what you are. That's what you always will be. So until the next time, this is Hard Chatter, and I thank you so much for listening.